We talked about, just quickly, summarize quickly. We talked about marriage and how this decision is against the law that we lived all our life based on. The law of what? Economy. We love to, preserve and maintain and save our energy. I'm going to ask you, do you like to get up in the morning and work or sleep? Sleep. Why? It's how we designed, right? But when it comes to marriage, you were such a single, peaceful human being, live in this planet Earth peacefully, and then you decide to put yourself in all this trouble. No trouble. You decide to put yourself in all this. So it's again, but subhanAllah, how can we navigate that? And we talked about that marriage is an act of worship. And for any act of worship, including marriage, to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be blessed by Allah, we have to have this checklist. How many? 6 conditions for the marriage to be accepted. Inshallah, after the Q&A session now, we are going to talk about the hukm of marriage, when the marriage becomes an obligation on you, and when it becomes haram on you. When it becomes wajib, and when it becomes haram. When it becomes mubah, and when it becomes makruh, disliked. Right? And then we're going to talk about a very, very important topic, which is the criteria of choosing your spouse. The criteria of choosing your spouse. And then inshallah tomorrow we are going to talk about, now alhamdulillah I have selected the right person. What should I do? Get married. How can you get married? We're going to go through the ahkam of marriage, the rulings of marriage in Islam. And after marriage, how can you make your spouse happy? It's number 2. And number 3, how can you manage conflict? So tomorrow we are going to talk about another 3 points. Today we're going to talk about what? The hukm, the rulings of marriage, and how to choose a spouse. Tomorrow we are going to talk about how to marry in Islam. What is the procedure of marriage in Islam? What should I do? Number 2, how can I make my spouse happy? My wife or husband happy? Number 3, how can I manage conflict? Because it would happen, undoubtedly it would happen. How can I manage conflict? And that'll be it, inshallah. And then I'll say to you, happy marriage bi'idhnillah, after. Right, questions and answers. Relevant and or irrelevant questions. If you have any questions relevant to this topic or irrelevant, you have 15 minutes, inshallah, before we start the other to talk about the other two topics. Bismillah.
I don't know about the rest of you, but in my culture it's always misunderstood to be الرجال قوامون على النساء and النساء ناقصات عقل ودين. I understand the part about ناقصات عقل ودين, but can you explain a bit about الرجال قوامون على النساء? This whole topic is going to be covered tomorrow. Okay. How can you make your wife happy? How can you make your husband happy? By fulfilling your duties and knowing your rights. We're going to talk about that and the meaning of qawamun, because I would say, based on my experience, more than 80% of men misunderstood or misunderstand the qawama. What's qawama? In Islam, is a man or is the man better than women in Islam? It says not. We're all equal. How? How we're all equal? And Allah and God says in the Quran, الرجال قوامون على النساء. What does that mean? We're gonna say this tomorrow, inshallah. Any sick? And any questions? Bismillah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. So this is the brother is asking in salah, we raise our finger like this, right? What's that? So this is a reminder for us that God is one. So we say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah in salah. Say, we be witness that there is no God but Allah. So we put this finger here, and it's sunnah to look at your finger while saying the tahiyyat. So you put your finger like this and you look at your finger. Why? To remind yourself. Even sometimes Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us to move it up and down to remind ourselves that God is one. God is one. There's only one God. Or right and left. There's no God. There's no God but Allah. Right? So it's a kind of a reminder to connect you to the essence of Islam, which is the oneness of God. You're most welcome. Huh?
Maybe skip it in the checklist here, the first and the third one. Isn't the intention and action is kind of like you do it in a whole thing, but what's the difference between those two?
Right, just very quickly as well. This actually very important psychological concept or principle that I need to learn in general, and that would answer your question. Okay. What's that?
No idea.
If you can tell me what these letters stand for, you're gonna actually we have now some chips and cookies and sorry. Yalla. Answer them and you get 3 chips from this number. What these letters stand for? E-T-B. What these letters stand for? The question he asked about
Between the numbers.
the difference between nasiha, which is purifying the action, and purifying the intention. What is the difference between them? Except Munib, because Munib would know it. But he's a psychologist, and so it's his field anyways. So it's kind of cheating, you know. Give a guess.
Iman?
Where's Iman? This one?
Yeah.
Iman starts with E? It depends. You can start with, I think it starts here with I as well, right?
Yeah, either way.
Either way? Okay, but it's not Iman. Yes, mashallah. Give a big clap, please, mashallah. B is behavior. Mashallah. 1 out of 3. Thought. Allah. Another clap, please. Come on, a big clap, guys. Come on. And this?
No idea.
This should be easy. Effect? Emotions. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Mashallah. Big clap. That's it. So this triangle here is very important for you to understand. Very important for you to understand. The conclusion of it is fixing your emotions and thoughts would reflect on your behavior. So you always, when you want to assist anyone, when you want to understand your own self, do not look at your behavior first. But look at what? Look at the thoughts and the emotions that lead you to behave in this certain way. Did you get it? So now when we talk about actions and intentions, here is the action. Here is the intention. You fix this first, and then your behavior will be fixed. Did you get it? This is in a very brief thing. Otherwise, we can spend a lot of time discussing this point. Did you get this, guys? Okay, beautiful. So again, when you come to assist yourself or anyone with trying to understand what's wrong with me, why I'm behaving this way, why I'm acting this way, you need to go deeper. You need to go deeper. So this behavior here, this iceberg. The behavior is here. This is the part of behavior. Underneath the root is your thoughts and your emotions. You need to understand them. You need to understand your emotions and know how to regulate them. And you need to understand your thoughts and make sure that you have the right thoughts, the right mentality, right? And that will definitely perfect and reflect on your behavior, the way you act, and the way you treat people, and the way you react. You get it? Here. Huh.
It kind of doesn't really have much to do with this, but I was just wondering more about like how you can have like multiple wives.
The woman can have multiple wives. So it's when it's marriage in Islam, a marriage has been prescribed as an act of worship to, number one, to preserve human lineage. To preserve human lineage, right? So let's have this thing. So the question is, how can a man be is allowed to marry more than one and a woman can't? Simply, the first answer is because if you're going to allow a woman to marry more than one man, right, the lineage will be corrupted. Because who is this son for? Who does this son belong to? Who does this baby belong to? Right? But a man marries a woman, like one or more than one, it's at least controlled. Number two, there are conditions for a man to marry more than one. The first condition, or the main condition, is to have the ability to do so. To have the ability to do so. Otherwise, it will become haram. It will become forbidden for him to marry more than one. Why? Because we're going to talk about this now. When marriage becomes haram, we're going to talk about this in detail, like in some detail. When you have certainty that you won't be able to fulfill the rights of your wife or your husband, it becomes haram, right? So it's controlled somehow. If you're going to open the door for this, and actually also it's against woman's nature. Against we're talking about the saying, we're talking about the normal woman. A normal woman won't need more than one man to be with. The normal and the stable woman won't need more than one to stay with. He would imagine a woman that would have 2-3 husbands. Would you accept this mentally? I'm talking to women now. Would you accept this mentally to have more than one husband? What do you guys think? No, and that's why God in the Quran, when He described the na'im of Jannah, for men He said hur al-'ain, but for women there's no hur al-'ain. Hur al-'ain, which means the wives in Jannah. There's no hur al-'ain. Why? Because if God would say to you, guys, when you enter Jannah, you're gonna have multiple men you're gonna live with. You feel so ill. So God said to you, you love beauty and you love to be recognized, and you to be recognized. If you're gonna be righteous, you're going to be more beautiful than all the hur al-'ain in Jannah. So it's something to encourage you with your own language, the language you understand. And Allah also, when He talks to men, He understands the language He talks to them with the language they understand. He said to them, guys, what do you want? 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to get it in Jannah. Right? Isn't that what you want? Hur al-'ain?
Yeah.
No? That's it. That's why, you encourage yourself. But again, in the Day of Judgment, the righteous woman will be way beautiful than al-hur al-'ain. And therefore, their husbands would prefer them over hur al-'ain. Why? Because why would they go to hur al-'ain if my wife that I know is more beautiful than anything else? Right? So you see, subhanAllah, the righteous spouses would continue the relationship in Jannah, in paradise. Beautiful. Right? So the answer in a nutshell is because of preservation of lineage. And number two, there are other medical concerns that doctors can talk about, right? There are some social concerns as well that we can talk about. If a woman would have more than one, it's against the nature, inner nature, right? It's against the inner nature. Do you guys agree or no? It's against inner nature to have a woman to be, a married, foreman. It doesn't sit right with our fitra, our inner nature, right? And that's why a woman can marry a person at a time, just to preserve the lineage, and men can marry more than if there is a need and if there are if they meet and fulfill the conditions of this. You get it? See? Now,
This is related to the question. I heard this, but I'm not sure about it. That like Allah did not just prescribe like marrying more than one wife, but it was actually a restriction because they used to marry like 10, 14.
yeah. Again, it's look. We need to understand a very, very important point. Very important point. Do we believe that there is a creator for this universe? Yes. Do we believe that we have been created by a creator? Yes, right? So if I'm going to ask you, this is phone. This is a phone, right? The best people, or the best people to know about this phone, and to know how to fix this phone, and to know what is the best for this phone is the company that created it, that designed it, right? So this is an Apple phone. It's a free iPhone Apple, by the way. I hate them, but I cannot leave Apple now for a lot of reasons, because everything now is Apple. I have AirPods and I have iMac and I have all this, so they kind of talky, they kind of change it. But anyways, they're so boring, Apple, so boring. He agrees. He's Samsung fan. What's this?
Oh,
Samsung, mashallah. Well, I know that Apple is for the elite anyways, but say, no. You Samsung fan?
I'm MacBook and iPad.
You MacBook and iPad, and you have Samsung. That's cheating, Habibi. Astaghfirullah.
It's cheap.
Cheat.
I don't know how to be on my phone.
Samsung has more exciting devices and stuff. Apple, since iPhone 3 to iPhone 17, the same design, the same everything. But anyway, alhamdulillah. It's irrelevant topic. Now we talk. Sorry, what are we saying? What are we saying now? We're talking about phones or?
The creator of phones.
Yeah. The creator. So we've been created by a creator, right?
Yes.
And by default, we have to believe that this creator knows what is good and what is bad for us better than ourselves, right or not? Right or not? Right. So, and number two, we believe that he's a creator. And he knows us better than ourselves. He knows what's benefiting us and what's harming us, right? And that's why, very simple, the creator said, what is beneficial for you will be an obligation for you to do. And what is harming you will be forbidden for you to do. Simple like that. Right? And this is the concept of the legal and illegal actions in Islam. The legal and the halal actions are the actions that would bring about benefit to humanity. The haram, the illegal and the forbidden actions are the actions that would bring what? Harm to humanity. So, drugs, is it good or bad? Bad, haram, illegal and forbidden in Islam. Alcohol, good or bad? Bad, haram and illegal in Islam. What about adultery? Bad. Marriage? Good. What would make adultery bad and marriage good? What's the difference between an illegal relationship, sexual relationship, an illegal sexual relationship? It's not a commitment, and the consequence of it. Right? The consequence of it. Marriage means stable community. Illegal relationships means unstable community. Right? Simple like that. Right? Illegal relationships means traumatized kids. Illegal relationships means abuse. Illegal relationships means all these things. Right? Because no one has rights. Now, I'll meet you for a couple of days, couple of months. Bismillah. No Bismillah again. We're going to say Bismillah, but not before the haram. Yeah, we're going to do it. And then, no, you know what? I don't feel it anymore. What would happen? You're going to hurt your partner. Right? If there is a case or something. Wallahi, I have dealt with hundreds of cases. And every single case I deal with, I say, Alhamdulillah, I praise Allah and I thank God that He created this system for us. Right? So, what I was talking about now? iPhone and Samsung? No. I was talking about something else. Huh?
Before that or
Before that? Wives. Oh, okay, the creator. So this creator has set a law for us. What do we say? We say that this law is the best for us. Whether we understand it or not. Whether we agree with it or not. as creation, as you know, as creations, we do not have a choice. Why? Because the Creator, the one He created us, and the one that created the universe, and the one that controls everything, said to us, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4 is good for you. 1, 2, 3, 4 is bad for you. Some people would say, you know what, God, no, I wouldn't believe in your choice. Wouldn't believe in your choice. What I'm going to do, 1, 2, 3 is good, but 4, I don't believe in it. You know what, I'm going to reject it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 here, on the other side, I agree with 1, 2, but 3, I'm a little bit, doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. We say, what's Islam? Islam means submission to God. When you say, there's no God but Allah, you're saying that there's no God, there's no one that deserves to be unconditionally obeyed and unconditionally worshipped and unconditionally followed by Allah.
How long do you get to like know someone before you guys marry?
Say again? How do you know someone before they get married?
Yeah, like,
How long?
How
How
long?
long?
To know someone, like, because you can't be like alone with someone and things like that. So it's like, how do you get to know them and like,
It's a very good question.
like know if you want to marry them or not? Like, how does it work?
Exactly. It's a very good question. Tomorrow we were going to talk about the process of marriage. But to answer your question now briefly, very briefly, we have before marriage, a period called engagement. Actually, it should be the other way.
Other way around.
A period called engagement. Engagement means I love someone. Bismillah, that's fine. Here you can say Bismillah because it's, you know, it's a good intention, inshallah. Bismillah, and what are you going to do? You're going to make it official because you cannot play from in dark. What are you going to do? You're going to knock the door. I'm talking to the brothers now. You like someone, or sister, you like someone. What are you going to do? You're going to knock the door. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. I like this person. Can we arrange a marriage and stuff? So this engagement is no marriage, but it's a period where both sides of marriage, the man and the woman, get to know each other. They talk and they go out together with other people, and we're going to talk about these rulings tomorrow in details. They talk and they go out and they message. They get to know each other, and when they feel that we know each other and we agree on everything and we are ready, Bismillah, we are going to get married officially. Did you get it? So it's not like, you know what, I'm stuck now. No, you have choice. You have time to think and to make up your mind and to see the other person. You know, you see the other person in reality, not behind screens. In reality, you see how they act and react, and you say, you know what, oh, this person deserves my heart and my life. Bismillah, we're gonna do it. Or no, it's not working. So we say, you know what, good luck.
How long is that time period?
Depends on what it depends. It can be from 1 month to 10 years. Not recommended. It's going to be a very painful period in 10 years. Imagine. But we say that the best. Inshallah, tomorrow we're going to talk about this in more details. We say that the best period is 6 months. 6 months. It's not too long and it's not too short. And also tomorrow, inshallah, we're going to talk about why do we need to take our time in engagement. Why we need to take our time in engagement. This is tomorrow, inshallah.
In this engagement phase, when you're getting to know the other person, how do you not fall back on the purification of your intention and
طبعا engagement and marriage, I want to leave it to tomorrow because I don't wanna skip something, right? Very very question, and I'm gonna inshallah discuss it tomorrow. And if I forget to discuss this point particularly, raise your hand tomorrow and I'll answer it, inshallah. Any other questions related to what we discussed now, or generally speaking, whatever, if you have any questions? Alhamdulillah. No question means you understood everything or you didn't understand everything. No. Inshallah, I understood everything. Bismillah. Now. Okay. What is the hukm of marriage? Look, when this is also another thing that relates to marriage and to anything else in Islam. Anything else in Islam. Here, we say this is the condition of acceptance, right? This is for any action, including marriage. Here, we're gonna talk about the hukm. When we say the hukm, straight away, my sisters, when we say the hukm, straight away, it should come in your mind 5 things. Number 1, halal, which is what in English? Permissible. I need someone to run because I'm not into. Anyways, halal, permissible. Number 2, haram, which is forbidden. Number 3, mubah, which is allowable, right? Which is allowable. Allowable. Number 4, makruh, which is disliked, right? And number 5, sunnah or mustahab, which is highly encouraged. 5 things. If anything we do, highly encouraged. Okay? So, permissible, forbidden, it can be illegal, but forbidden, allowable, disliked, and highly encouraged. Did you get it? So, let's implement this on marriage. When would marriage become halal? Sorry. I think in marriage we're not gonna, because marriage is. Sorry, in marriage we're gonna miss this because we're gonna miss the first one because marriage is an ibadah anyways, right? So marriage is halal anyways, right? So we take this box because it's one of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's commandments, right? One of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's commandments to get married when you can. But when the thing is, haram. In the context, I forgot subhanAllah. I meant to say wajib.
You have to do it.
Wajib means obligatory. This is the 5. Halal, haram, other. But this is the 5. Wajib, obligatory. Haram, forbidden. Mubah, allowable. Makruh, disliked. Sunnah or mandub is highly encouraged. Why would marriage be wajib, obligatory? Bismillah. I need someone to decide. Because mashallah, he covers this, he Allah Akbar, very active on the wrist. I want to make sure you guys are awake and connected with it. When would marriage become wajib? Wajib, which means an obligation. It becomes an obligation on you to get married.
When you feel you're about to say like you want access emotional, physical, you're not fulfilling your needs, and then you know like you're gonna use it in haram, so the wajib for you like to get married and avoid doing this.
Yes, this is one of them. There are two conditions for marriage to be wajib. Number 1 is when you have a dire need. Right? When you have a dire need for marriage. That's it. I am struggling with that marriage.
Like mature?
Huh?
Mature? If you're mature, like.
Dire need means you need it. You are so distracted. And that's it. I cannot live with that marriage anymore, right? I'm about to make to do haram. This kind of this level of need. This level of need, right? So this is number 1. When there is a need, And I hope that you're writing this because it's very, very important. This stuff is very, very important. The brothers who listen, inshallah, and enjoy listening to this, I'm saying, the sisters, I'm saying that they're missing a lot. Missing a lot because, again, you need to go back to these notes when you get married. Or if you are married, you need to go back to these notes to make sure that you are doing it right. Right? So, number one, in the condition to be wajib is the need. Number two,
You're financially capable to facilitate.
that's it. So, there's a need. And also, I'm capable. Capable financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. Capable. I am healthy, mashallah, and I have job now. I have money that I can support my family with. And mentally, emotionally, alhamdulillah, I am sound. I know what I need. And in this case, we say what? Marriage is an obligation on you. You know what I mean? That means if you are not going to get married in this case, you are committing haram, a sin. If you are not getting married in this, you are committing what? A sin. Why? Because if you are not going to get married, that may lead you to haram. And that's haram. You get it? This is the first condition. The first ruling. It becomes obligatory when you have the need and when you are capable. Financially, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Right? طيب. When marriage becomes haram, forbidden. When marriage becomes forbidden.
Is it like, do you mean in your question is like after you get married, or is it?
No, when it's haram for you to get married.
So for a woman, if she's already married,
Of course, if for a woman, if she's already married, she cannot get married again. Huh? Fifth wife? يعني have four is not enough. What kind of human being is this man? And I have experience, alhamdulillah, I've been married for over 10 years, right? I have experience, one is enough, wallahi. Anyways, but you know what, subhanAllah, one of the purpose of multiple wives is that really, I'm an imam, right? So my job is to simply to listen to people's issues, to see people's challenges every day. One of the challenges, let me give an example. An example of a divorced woman with kids. Divorced woman with kids. This divorced woman, what is her chance? What is the chance for her to get married again? Very low, right? Have woman with kids. Now this woman is young, and she has needs. She needs someone to fulfill these needs. If she cannot find anyone at all to take care of these needs, but a married person, and this person is capable of fulfilling the rights of both wives, will do it. Why? Just to support this. Otherwise, otherwise what's going to happen? Otherwise, she will do haram, or she will struggle for this of her life, and that's not fair, right? And that's not fair. A widow, someone who lost her husband, and she doesn't have any family whatsoever, and she needs someone to support her, but she has old kids. I have old kids, and he would marry me now. I need someone to support me emotionally, mentally, physically, and I've got old kids, but he can support me now. He can fit this criteria. A single brother who hasn't been married before would marry a widow with kids. Doesn't make sense, right? It wouldn't happen. Usually, it wouldn't happen, right? But what would happen? A married person that want to. So there are some situations where people will be stuck. And because Allah is the most merciful, He does not want us to get stuck. He does not want this widow or this divorced woman or this divorced man this divorced woman to struggle or to do haram. But ya Allah, this divorced woman and this widow and this woman, she has a need. Should she go out and do the haram? No. Allah will open a door for her by allowing men who are already married to marry, as long as He would treat them equally, as well as that He would take care of their needs equally. In this case, but if the man cannot, it's not free. Did you get this? So it's an avenue and a channel for you to fulfill your needs in a halal way, because Allah knows what we're gonna go through. Allah knows what we're gonna go through. And imagine if God said, you know what, a man with a woman, no multiple. Well, you know what's gonna happen? Again, we're gonna have a lot of gaps in our community. A lot of gaps in our community. And I'll give you some examples. And I have hundreds of examples. So we say that this is out of the ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know it's hard for women to accept that. Emotionally and mentally, it's hard for them to accept that. But this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's law. And we believe that it is the best for humanity in general. Sorry, here is
And just to add to that, generally there are more women than men. There are a lot more women than men. So like if every man gets married, there would be a lot of women that are not married. So that also helps with the kind of ratio between men and women.
Ratio. 1 to 4? That's a good ratio. I'm not sure. Of course, we need to do a survey and stuff. But usually, yes. Usually, it's another topic. But usually the number of women. Can someone check? What is the ratio of men and women in this planet Earth?
51-49, I think.
Huh?
51-49.
51 females?
Yeah, 51 females.
Are you sure?
That's
Someone
average.
check, please.
It's not 1 to 2, but it's slightly.
It's likely. Yeah, 1 to 2.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Not yet.
102 men for
every 3.2 women. Well, I'm gonna get woman into you.
102 men. Well, oh my God, where is this?
You are a different group.
ChatGPT can fix this issue. Go to Mufti ChatGPT and ask him for Mufti how many men and women in. Anyways, it will be it's when you get the number then. He has the first question here. Yeah.
What happens if you are married to someone but you fall out of love with them? Is that like a reasonable enough, a valid reason to divorce them, or how does that work?
So you marry someone and then you don't love them anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you fall out of love with someone like that.
You fall out of love?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You don't know women.
You don't love them anymore?
Yeah.
You don't love them anymore. And what did you do? Divorce. And we have an example. Thabit ibn Qais, one of the Sahaba, one of the companions. His wife went to Rasulullah. Said, Ya Rasulullah, Thabit is such a great man. I would never say anything about his behavior. لا أعيب عنه خلقا ولا دين. His deen is pretty perfect and his akhlaq is very, but I don't like him anymore. I cannot stay with him. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said to her, would you want him to divorce you? She said yes. He said to Thabit, can you please divorce your wife? He goes yes. He said, divorce your wife, and he said to the wife, return your dowry to him. Return your dowry to him, which was a garden. ردي عليه الحديقة وطلقها تطليقا. So return the garden to him, dowry, because you are the one he chose divorce, and or Thabit divorce him. So you can. There's a way. Whereas in other religions, some religion you stop forever. In other religion you cannot divorce. Which is hard. And that's what I'm saying. Islam is the religion of God, is the most perfect and infallible religion. Why? Because it's been designed by God, the one He created us. But other religions has been designed by what? By other than God. That's why you find in it a lot of contradictions.
When you get married, when you said that you have to give back a garden, do they always get something before they get married?
Yes.
To,
Tomorrow we're going to talk about the conditions of marriage, and one of it is a dowry for a woman. So woman, Huh?
Is that only for the woman?
Yeah.
So like the man gives something to the woman?
Yes, the men, that's why I'm saying, guys, men are oppressed for life. That's what I'm saying, you know. You always look at four wives and stuff and you think that man is a king. No. Woman in Islam is actually a queen. Tell me how. Ask me how. That's it. She's a queen because she has to be supported financially, emotionally, mentally by the husband. The husband must provide shelter for her, must provide food, drink, all these necessities for her, right? And before marriage, he would give her dowry, which is money, right? During marriage, she's not, she would, her guardian would conduct marriage on her behalf. Why? Because a queen cannot deal with this, how much I'm getting and how much I'm giving and how much this and that. So someone will do this on her behalf, and she's sitting like a queen on her chair, waiting for the husband to come with a dowry, bismillah, and yalla, we'll start the marriage. So isn't that the case or not? Yes. She's a queen, basically a queen, right? And then at home, she has to take care of the households, take care of the husband and stuff, but the husband has to go out whole day and work and face all these hardships and challenges in life. They come back home and support her mentally and emotionally and everything else.
Inshallah, we will take a small break here and have refreshment, then we will be back for another round of questions. What do you think, Sheikh?
Bismillah. Let us finish this point. And then we're gonna have a break.
Okay.
He was okay. You.
I was gonna ask, what happens if, since the man has to support them financially and give them the house and everything like that, when divorce happens, if the house is under his name, would it go to him, or do they split everything equally, or how does that work?
Good lawyer. No, tomorrow also we're gonna talk about this rights. The marriage and divorce and how we're gonna do it. How should we do it Islamically? It's a very, very interesting topic tomorrow, inshallah. I'm promoting for tomorrow. I don't know. Anyways, we'll go quickly to this because we need to have refreshments, as brother said. But tea and stuff, right? Yeah. We'll have biryani that we've been
Tonight. Biryani is tonight.
Is tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we have biryani tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, barbecue.
Barbecue, biryani, and ice cream. So.
No way. Imagine barbecue, biryani, and ice cream all at once. Isn't it Jannah? Jannah on earth, inshallah. But only for women, only for men.
For tonight, I'm sorry. For tonight's only for men, but tomorrow is for women only.
So we equally balance. So today is for men and tomorrow is for women. Just quickly because I need to go through this and then I'm gonna open the floor for questions again. Number 2, haram. When it becomes haram, when marriage becomes forbidden.
I think when you harm your spouse.
No, before. When it becomes haram for you even to think of marriage, even to do it.
You're not capable of being.
The same thing here, the same thing, but the opposite. If you do not have a need, you don't feel the need, the urge, and you are not capable of fulfilling the rights of marriage, it becomes haram on you. Someone doesn't feel, you know what, I don't want to get married. I don't feel it. And they're not capable even, they're not capable. On top of that, they're not capable. Financially, mentally, they have some issues and stuff. What we say is forbidden for you to get married. Why? Because if you're going to get married, you're going to oppress the other spouse, and that which is haram in Islam. Questions to the end, because we need to go through this quickly. But write it down and I'm going to answer it inshallah. Number 3, when it becomes, let's put this, it's mubah. Yeah? And put here, sunnah or mubah. لا مندوب يعني highly encouraged. When marriage becomes highly encouraged, sunnah.
When there's a when there's a need and there's also a chance of doing something that's haram.
There is a need and a chance.
When there's a chance of doing something haram, basically, and you are capable.
Oh, and this will become wajib. You mean when you do haram and
Oh, okay.
so you mean when you do haram and then
When you're susceptible to haram, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
it becomes wajib, right? When what? Say again. He said something very
Susceptible.
when?
When you're
Vulnerable
when
to
you're
haram.
susceptible to doing some haram.
Oh, when you sit to okay, yeah, that's it. One of it is this one of it. What else? When marriage becomes highly recommended.
When you find someone you're interested in?
Yeah, when you find someone you're interested in, but of course that applies also on wajib, right? When you find someone that you're interested in. But yes, it becomes highly recommended when you find someone that you're interested in. But what else?
When you're marrying for non-selfish reason, to support someone.
Support someone?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also it becomes sunnah if you have the capability to get married, but the need, you have the need, but it's not urgent need. Did you get it? It's not urgent need. Yani, yes, I want to get married. I would love to get married. You know, the guy here is on fire. The sister or the brother here, that's it, they can't. This becomes wajib for them. Here, they are totally off. Here, yeah, it sounds good. Marriage, yeah, I would love to do it. I would love to do it. Let's try it. Let's see, whatever, right? And they are capable financially, emotionally, and psychologically and stuff. Number four becomes makruh. When it becomes dislike to get married. So again, this is a tip for you. Makruh is a level under haram, and sunnah is a level under wajib. Sure away. So here, wajib. The guy is, or the person is in a dire need for marriage. Sunnah, there's no dire need, but both capable of doing that marriage. Haram, where he's off completely, right? And he knows that he won't be able to fulfill the rights of marriage. When it becomes makruh when you have doubts. When you have doubts. I'm not sure if I can fulfill, no confidence. Does that mean this non-confident brother or sister shouldn't get married? No. They should sit with a counselor or someone, the imam, and share with them their concern. Imam or a counselor, I want to get married, but I'm a little bit concerned that I may not be able to fulfill the rights of marriage. So imam or the counselor will say, you know what, this is shaitan. The shaitan is trying to make it sound hard because he wants you to get into haram and stuff. You know what, you can do it, and a couple of encouragement words to change your mind. But become dislike when you have doubts. The last one, mubah. Mubah, this is generally marriage in Islam is mubah, which means anyone can get married when they fulfill the conditions of marriage. Did you get it? So, wajib, when it becomes wajib again? When it becomes wajib, obligatory on you? No. When there is a haja, mulihah, and istita'a, capability. When it becomes haram, when there is no need, there's no need, and there's no capability. When it becomes sunnah or highly recommended,
Some need.
you have capability and you have a need, but it's not urgent need. Right? It's not urgent need. It becomes sunnah. Why? Because again, what's better? In Islam, there's no rahbana. يعني rahbaniyya. The rahbana in English. The word is. عارف تترهبن يعني تنقطع العبادة
they Nasara, like Christians, like priests. The same concept of like being a priest, for example.
Oh, is it monastery?
Huh?
Monastery? Like being celibate?
Celibacy?
Vows.
Huh?
Vow.
Vow?
Celibate.
Vow.
Yeah, when you dedicate your life only for worship and all these things, right? And it's unique yourself. This is this is haram in Islam. It's haram in Islam. We don't have a priest in Islam or a nun in Islam who dedicated life only for masjid or in the case of Christianity, in church. No, it's haram. Why? Because we are human beings with needs. And the issue is that these priests, we don't want to talk about the crimes, the horrible crimes, why? Because it's against human nature. What do you mean? What do you mean by someone, a sane man, a sound man, would say, you know what? I will dedicate my life for the church. You don't have sexual needs. You don't have emotional needs. You don't have mental needs. You have all these needs. How are you gonna fulfill them? Pedophilia, right? Or abusing this or do that. This is the issue with the religions that's not designed by God. You see a lot of contradictions. But when you come to Islam, perfect. Nobody can find a defect. And this is what God says in Quran at the beginning of Quran. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This book has no doubt in it. No doubt. Perfect. And God has been challenging humanity to find a single defect in this system. Right? Makruh and mubah. Any questions before we end, inshallah? Before we have refreshments?
Actually, what's the difference between halal and mubah?
Halal and mubah. Halal is not here. In general, halal is mubah. You can say that. Halal is equals mubah equals halal. Which is, in any case, marriage is halal when you fulfill the conditions of it. You get it? Any questions, inshallah, before we have this break? Maybe the last break. Any questions? Oh, clear.